Teddy Bridgewater passed for 314 yards and 4 touchdowns as the New Orleans Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-24 on Sunday to keep their fill-in quarterback unbeaten in his 3 starts this season. Teddy on the day, 26 of 34, his first 300-yard game, 4 touchdown performance since 2015. Here's Teddy talking about his mindset now as the starter.
At the end of the day, I can only be Teddy Bridgewater, and Drew Brees can only be Drew Brees. And, he's done some remarkable things around here, and I always tell people he built this place. But, I don't want to take away from the guys who, contributed that as well. But, I just look at it as I try to be the best version of Teddy that I can be. But I also use the resources around me. So to have a guy like Drew in my corner backing me up, that's very beneficial to me. And just to be able to come into a situation like this where, the expectation level is very high. I just wake up and tell myself, man, just be Teddy. And it's been working for me this far.
Teddy, Teddy, Teddy. The chants in the crowd. That to me,
speak up, Nathan.
That was that was wholesome sports at its best. Like we talk about a lot of the nasty side of sports a lot, and a lot of the stories that get the most attention are the negative ones, but Teddy Bridgewater's continued comeback from that horrific injury, him in New Orleans finding this odd relationship. Two groups that never really had any connections with each other before and now seem to be in a bit of a love affair. 3-0, now having statistical success along with winning success. Teddy Bridgewater's only 26 years old. It's easy to forget that. He's a young cat.
Pay the guy.
Yeah, exactly right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I did kind of impressive because you felt like he's been around for so long at this point. Shout out Teddy Bridgewater, though.
Game balls everywhere yesterday for the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, Bridgewater for his performance, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mike Thomas went off yesterday, 13 targets. He caught 11 of them for 182 and a couple of scores. How about the defense? 6 sacks. Marcus Davenport, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. Marshawn Lattimore, 0 catches for Mike Evans on Sunday. Tons to digest and tons to break down in the New Orleans Saints' big win yesterday. They're in Jacksonville on Sunday.
I was glad to see them get home with a lot of those sacks because one of the things we talked about last week was if you just looked at sack numbers, you're like, oh, Saints are 17th. They're not that good of a pass rush. But if you went deeper, you saw that they were top 5 in QB hits. You saw they were top 5 in quarterback pressures, hurries, and you saw that again on Sunday, man. Like, if you're not a good quarterback or a great quarterback, like you're thinking you're playing Dak, you're playing Russell Wilson, if you're on a Jameis Winston level, the Saints defense is going to eat you alive. And my God, Marcus Davenport makes Sean Payton look really smart for giving up those resources to get you.
Sacks everywhere yesterday. Davenport had 2. Cam had 1. Carl Granderson.
I don't know how to approach the Granderson situation. I haven't read enough about it.
Just embrace it, bro.
I don't know.
He's a part of your black and gold.
I do not know if I'm willing to embrace it. That's fine, though. I'll celebrate like David Onyemata, Sheldon Rankins, all these other cats.
Sheldon Rankins. NFL scores from Sunday. Bills beat the Titans 14-7. Tre White had 3 tackles. Jacksonville beat Carolina 27-24. Leonard Fournette, 23 carries, over 100 for a touchdown. He also had 4 receptions for 29 yards. DJ with his best day as a pro. DJ Chark, 8 receptions, $164 and 2 scores. Eric Reid had 10 tackles for the Panthers. Houston beat Atlanta 53-32. Deion Jones had 11 total tackles in that game. The New York Giants fell to the Minnesota Vikings 28-10. Danielle Hunter, listen to this stat line. 7 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for loss for the former Tiger. Chicago.
Danielle Hunter, he just continues to reinforce that for all the talk of LSU wasting wide receivers and wasting all these other players, there has never been a player less taken advantage of than Danielle Hunter.
He's the biggest waste of talent in the Les Miles era, and that is saying a ton.
And the thing is, I don't even think it's close. Danielle Hunter, when it's all said and done, may be like an all-time sack guy. He may be in like the top 10.
A Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and he got like 2 sacks at LSU.
Oakland beat Chicago 24-21. Khalil Mack did not register a tackle in this game. Foster Moreau had 4 receptions for 46 yards. Philadelphia beat the New York Jets 31-6. Poor Jamal Adams, man. Jamal Adams had 6 total tackles.
Out of there. Free my man, dude.
Duke Riley had a tackle yesterday. Indianapolis, maybe the most impressive win of the weekend.
Yeah.
Colts last night.
Statement.
Go into Arrowhead and beat Kansas City 19-13. That defense holds Patrick Mahomes and that offense to 13 points. Big night for the Badger. He had 4 total tackles, his first interception as a Chief, and Morris Claiborne in his first game back had a tackle.
Oh, nice. Shout out Mo. That's huge for Cincinnati. Not just from like a look, we are one of the better teams in the NFL trying to make a statement league-wide, but in an AFC South that is just a log jam of incompetence and mediocrity and inconsistency. This is a really big win to kind of push their head above water.
Intern Nick, grab that microphone there.
Oh, okay. Going a little Tiger Band, boots on the ground reporting here?
No. How many jobs did we give you this morning, Golden Band Nick?
1, and I messed it up.
Who won the game between Carolina and Jacksonville?
Carolina won the game.
Jeez, Nick. One job.
Oh, no. Wait, did he do the scoreboard?
He did. LSU remains.
Carolina won? My guy Gardner Minshew didn't win?
He won. Carolina won. We're celebrating the NFC South loss with it's all good. It's all good.
Wow, Nick, you're fired.
3 minutes. LSU remains at number 5 in the
You're
AP top 25. Yeah, he's
Hope
great
you
for
learned
this
your
show.
lesson.
Number 6 in the coaches poll. Tigers going to face number 7 Florida in Tiger Stadium. Coming up at 7 o'clock, College game day will originate from Baton Rouge. Joe Burrow became the first LSU quarterback to eclipse 300 yards, passing in 4 straight games and threw for 5 touchdowns to help the 5th-ranked LSU team defeat Utah State 42-6 on Saturday afternoon. We've got a ton of LSU sound to get to. Here's just Ogeron talking about the win.
Went out there and we played probably our most complete game. We ran the football like we wanted to run it. We controlled the clock. We kept the ball away from their offense. Our defense tackled well in space. I thought we played lights out on defense to hold those guys without a touchdown. It was a phenomenal day.
LSU in Florida Saturday night from Tiger Stadium. Game day here all day on Saturday. We're going to talk all about LSU coming up on OTB. Pelicans put 10,000 into the Smoothie King Center on Saturday night for an open scrimmage. Pelicans open up their preseason tonight in Atlanta. Major League Playoff baseball all day for you. Astros are in Tampa Bay taking on the Rays. They are they can close out that series leading at 2-0. The Braves came back and beat the Cardinals yesterday to take a 2-1 series lead there. They're in Atlanta today for a 2 o'clock start. The Dodgers and Nationals, 2-1 LA leading that series. 5:40 today will be the first pitch of Game 4. And Yankees at Twins. The Pinstripes can close out Minnesota today, leading that series 2-0.
Just a little headline cherry on top here to prove that football paradise continues. In Louisiana, Tulane took care of business against Army 42-33. Dude, the wave continued to roll.
Fritz and the crew, man.
An Army team that gave Michigan everything they wanted in the Big House. An Army team that last year gave Oklahoma everything that they wanted on the road. And Tulane goes into their stadium, comes away with a big win. Shout out to the Wave.